What's up, Queen Rhi Rhi, aka the sweet, sassy goddess, or Saucy, or the redhead goddess? What name are you going by today?
Um, pretty Sassy.
Sassy. Okay, I like it. Or Saucy. I know when I was
Saucy.
saucy. The sauciest. When I was
Wow.
introduced to you, that's how you were introduced as Saucy. So I feel like it's only right that I continue to call you Saucy.
Mm-hmm. I'm like half and half sometimes. It depends on the day. Or if somebody makes me mad, I'm gonna be Sassy and come out.
Ah, yeah. No, that makes sense. If somebody makes you mad, a little bit of sass has to come out. But I feel like we have to check people sometimes. We got to let them know what's up.
Yep. It's not pretty
Absolutely.
when it comes out. That put the toes on, literally.
Oh yeah,
Um,
most definitely. How do you control the sassiness from coming out? Like, what's your way of staying positive?
like, what do you mean? Just a
I
way
don't
of
know.
being in general?
Yeah, in general, sure.
I mean, honestly, I've always been so positive, even in like bad situations. I just turn it around, and some people like to be self pity on themselves, being negative about it. So when it's like bad situation, I don't look at it as a negative because sometimes it's a good thing to change who you are as a positive person, if that makes sense.
It really does make sense, actually. And my viewpoint in life in general is very similar. I feel like a lot of times when a negative thing happens, people, they might be down on themselves, or they may not know how to deal with the situation. But in my perspective, I feel like a lot of times negative things happen to people for a reason, and there's always a positive within it, even though sometimes it's kind of hard to see at the moment in time when you're angry or dealing with the emotions of the negative experience. But there's always something good within it, because it's like it's just a moment. That negative moment in your life, that's literally all it is just a moment. And we're gonna wake up the next day and we may not even think about it. Or if we do, we may not think about it the next week. Or if we do, we may not think about it the next month. Like, life always just goes on, is something that I learned.
Mine was coming from them, from all the stuff that I've had happen. And I don't know what, I just had this conversation with somebody not too long ago. I don't know what happened, but I just changed the mindset around, and we might not know what the reasoning behind it until maybe later on. But we're gonna look back and, oh, maybe that's why that happened in order for this to happen.
Yeah.
To
Oh,
read into
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. So, I was on your IG not too long ago, and I see that in your bio that you're pretty open about being deaf, correct?
Hmm.
How long have you been dealing with being deaf?
Since I was born.
Oh wow. So it's very normal for you.
Hmm. I'm like the only child in the family that's deaf too.
Word. Yeah, and I feel like that's in a way, I'm sure it's been a blessing in a lot of ways too. And like,
Oh
would you agree?
yeah, but that's all I know is being deaf.
Hmm.
Like I don't know. I'm still learning to this day, like learning new sounds to this day. Cause I
Yeah.
used to wear hearing aids for I want to say till I was about 20, and then I got the implant till I was 21. So technically, when I started getting that, that's when things are really picking up with the sound that I'd never even heard of, even my own voice.
Wow. When was the first time you heard your own voice?
When I got my implant turned on.
Wow.
So
At
that
the age of
was,
20?
I think I was 21 at the time.
Oh my goodness. That's incredible. Like what was your like feeling of emotion at the time?
I remember sitting in the office and he turned it on. My mom was right in front of me and he was behind me. And I turned it on and he started talking and I'm like, uh, uh, Mom, I can hear myself talking. Like, I knew I could talk before, but like, it wasn't like the sound that I'm not used to hearing.
Right.
It was a whole different world of I'm like, Mom, I can hear it. And she just lost it when I said that.
Did you have like a moment of like it must have been like some tears of joy at that time too.
Oh, yeah, like I'm missing all these years. I'm doing a lot of like tucking up to do.
Right. Yeah, no, that's an incredibly special moment to share right there cuz I mean, I think that a lot of things in life we probably take for granted and you don't really realize it until, you either lose it or, you know, maybe like meet somebody like yourself when you hear a story like that it's like that's incredible, you know?
I mean, I've seen it all over on Instagram, like the baby putting the hearing aids on, like now they're like smiling, and I can understand that. So, it's like in the ear. So now you have to say that, but like hearing my own voice, I was just like,
Right.
wow.
So, like, what about like music? What kind of music do you like?
I move it all the time, all the time. I probably it's like everything except for Streamo. I can't do Streamo.
No.
Streaming. All I hear is just them screaming, and I'm just like, no, no, not for me.
Right.
But I'm not really picky. If I like a song, I like it. Most of the time it's the one all on the radios and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
And
No,
I
that
put it on full blast out,
oh yeah.
volume, to the point where I can feel my vibrations in my chest.
Oh.
That's how loud I want it to be.
Does your friends and family ever tell you, "Hey, turn it down a little bit"?
All the time. I'm like, I can't help it. I'm deaf. That's loud.
I love
I
the
used to
sense of
get in
humor.
trouble all the time because I would sleep in the middle of the night just because I'm a night owl. And
Right.
I would go down in the living room and watch TV and I'd have it at like my level. And I would get in trouble because they know when I'm up because the volume is so loud. And they're like, just to bed now.
Right. No, that's very funny right there. I love your sense of humor. That's awesome. Do people ever tell you that you have a great sense of humor?
Mm-hmm. They're
Yeah.
like, you are funny. I'm like, I know. I can be funny. I take
Hey,
that
that's a
from my
great
dad. He
quality
just
to have.
thinks him.
Yeah, no, that's a great quality to have right there. I like that tattoo you have on your foot. What does that say?
Friend.
Strength. I love that. What made you want to get a tattoo that says strength on the top of your foot?
Because I specifically had it on this one because it leads to my heart, and my
It,
heart is on the right side.
it leads to your heart.
On the right side, yeah.
Really?
Uh
So
huh.
so the right side of our body leads to our heart.
It's not on the left like a normal person.
Oh, your heart is on the right side.
Mhm.
Wow, that's incredible to know.
Yep. That's why I have it on the right side because I've gone through a lot of stuff with that too.
Yeah, no, one could only imagine. Yeah, so that has a lot of meaning behind it right there too. And were you in foot modeling already when you got that tattoo?
No, actually not.
I,
Surprisingly.
I bet you get a lot of compliments about it now.
Oh yes, I do.
That's
Yes,
awesome right there. How long have
I
you
just
been into foot modeling?
I think it's been 4 years. I think now.
Wow,
I think it's been four.
that's been a good amount of time then.
Mhm. Yeah, it's been up and down, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I love it.
Yeah, what is your favorite thing about foot modeling?
Just the interaction with my customers and clients and my fans, obviously too. That they don't buy from me. They still support me,
Yeah, yeah, it's a
especially
good
during our lives.
yeah, it's a good feeling to have, people in your corner who support you, isn't it?
Oh, yes, because that's what makes it keep going in this community too.
Yeah,
To have
yeah,
the support,
absolutely,
and that's why
absolutely.
I'm still here. And I like having fun too with making content for everybody too and custom. That's what makes it more fun is because you actually enjoy doing it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sure like all of the customs they have some interesting requests and it's like role play almost, isn't it?
Mhm. It is. And I don't know. I think that's like I've always been into my feet and like paying attention to it before I even got the deep community about it. I like getting my feet touched and like the gentleness of it. It makes me go to sleep. It's like when people like massage their hair. Well, that's how it feels for me when I get my feet touched.
Oh yeah, no, I could only imagine. In especially like with you, I feel being that most of your life you weren't able to hear, like your feeling senses is probably like intensified, right?
Mhm. Like through the roof, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting to know. And so now that you can hear with the help of the hearing aid and the implant, do you still maintain that level of sensory with the touches and the feeling? Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's all I ever known.
right.
So I had to like rely on that for a long time.
Yeah, no, that's incredibly interesting right there.
So I think when I just started hearing things, I don't think it ever like goes away. It's just always there, still be there because that's all I knew.
Yeah, I hear you. Do you like to read or anything like that?
Yes, I do.
What's your favorite kind of books?
Of course, romantic.
All right.
The typical, yes. And sometimes I like the twine too, like the
Crime.
little the scary one kind of. Yeah.
So you like the mystery of the
Mhm.
crime books. Yeah. Yeah,
Just yeah.
I'm the same. I used to watch a lot of CSI.
Oh my god. I grew up watching that. Since that's what my mom would watch all the time too. She
You know the
loves it.
Miami one with Horatio and that
Mhm.
Rodriguez guy? Yeah. That was a good one.
I don't even make those anymore. It's not the same anymore.
Yeah, I think they stopped filming that one a while back, but I mean, they had so many seasons and I mean, I watched a lot of it at a certain point anyways.
There's like I think there was like what is it, 20 seasons?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I
And
don't know
there's,
how many, but that sounds about right. I mean, there were short episodes though, like what, like 30 minutes a piece?
yeah, and you don't buy them like real quick, and it's like, oh, it's already, it's
Exactly.
over.
But they knew how to like get you to want to watch the next one. Like they always kept you coming back.
That's what they make you do every time, and you don't want to stop, and you want to know.
Yeah, most definitely. What's your favorite show right now? Are you watching anything?
Right now is Love Island, the um I don't think it's Australia, the UK one. The
Uh-huh.
reason why I'm watching that one because they started showing this one girl on this. She has an implant,
Oh,
and I was like, I gotta watch this.
yeah,
And
because you
so
can relate with her. Yeah.
I relate to it, so I'm like, I gotta watch this. And she started when she showed up. She told everyone that she wanted to tell everyone that she's deaf, and she said that she called her implant her superpower, and I love that.
Wow. No, I love that too. So she says her implant is her superpower.
Yeah, and she wanted to tell everyone that she's deaf, and now it takes a lot of courage knowing there's a bunch of strangers she doesn't know, and she had to tell them because she was gonna live with them for I think 3 months, 2 months. I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I'll have to check that one out. And I love it when people describe things that other people would look at as a disability, but to them it's their superpower. You
It's,
know,
it's, and I know not everyone want to just tell people because they're afraid, but that's not the case with me. I'd rather tell people and not make myself look like a fool.
no, I think that's a part of the word strength and what it means to you. Like being brave and strong enough to be able to talk to people about your experiences and what you've gone through, and especially like showing that you have the confidence to be yourself, and you do foot modeling. I think that's incredibly inspiring, and a lot of people will look at you and feel inspired.
Mm-hmm. There's anything to put their mind into. It doesn't matter. Don't let that disability stop you from doing what you want to do.
Absolutely. And like something that I realized that's in regards to that is that when you are open about the things that you're open about, you also find that there's a whole nother world of people who are experiencing the same thing, and they need somebody like you who is open about it and talking about it. Because if you weren't doing that, then you know people would not be able to find people to relate with. And I bet you people have messaged you and told you like they needed you at the moment they came across your page. Have you ever received something like that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, cause I have I have my regular friend, my hearing friend, and my deaf friend. So I've had my hearing friend tell me the same thing what you just said.
Yeah. I'll tell you a little bit about something I don't really talk about very often. It's something that I have with my eyes. My eyes are very nearsighted, and because of it, my vision, I see a lot of what they call floaters. I don't know if you know what floaters are.
I've heard of it. I think I've heard someone said the same thing. It's kind of like they look like they're floating.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like little black dots or clear dots that are floating around your field of vision, and it almost seems like a bug is flying by, or just something that's very distracting. And for a moment in time, it was like bothering me a lot, right? And I still get them, but like I kind of just like try not to think about them now. That's kind of how I deal with it. But something that I learned was that by me being vocal about it, there's a lot of people out there that might be wondering what it is theirself, and they might be
Then
able to.
what is that?
Yeah, exactly. And so one day I decided to go on YouTube and talk about it. And the channel still exists, actually. Like, people can go and find it. Like, before I was doing this Plenty of Feet podcast, and or any of the podcasts that I did or have done, I was doing a channel called World of Floaters. And it was basically me just describing my experience with eye floaters and what I do to cope with eye floaters, and just like a lot of positive thinking type of dialogue that I would speak about. And I was uploading it on YouTube. And like I said, it's still there. People can go and find it. But what I noticed is that there's a ton of people that, you know, are, looking for people to relate with. And by me being vocal about the issues that I deal with, a lot of people, reached out and said, like, I really needed somebody to relate with about this. And, I don't feel alone anymore because of this channel. And it really showed me, like, there's never any shame in the things that we go through. And if we're open about it and talk about it, we'll learn that there's so many people in this world, and more than likely there's somebody experiencing something very similar to what you experience.
Yeah, 'cause like you said, a lot of people might not even know what that is until they came across your channel.
Yeah,
I mean, I've
exactly.
heard of it. I just didn't know exactly what it was. I
Yeah,
think at one point my dad said the same thing when he was trying to get his eyes shut, and he said something about floaters, and I said, "What's that?" And now that
yeah.
you mentioned that, it sounds the same thing.
Yeah, a lot of people experience it too. And usually, however, they don't experience it until later on in life, like in their 50s or 60s, because the eyes, they start to degenerate a little bit, and the lining of the eye starts to disconnecting a little bit, and so pieces of skin pretty much start breaking off into the vitreous of the eye. And what the vitreous is, now I'm giving you a whole eye lesson right now. What the vitreous is, it's like the liquid that fills our eyes. And it's kind of like it's it's just like a clear liquid that our eye produces. And that's what our eye is filled with, basically. And so skin just pretty much breaks apart and starts floating around in there, and it crosses our retinas, and it starts looking like something is just floating around in there. But like I said, like, typically people didn't experience it until later in life. But however, a lot of people are experiencing it now, at younger ages, like anywhere from like 15 through 30. And there's really no studies about it, and
I
people
was
are
gonna say
wondering,
there's
like,
no cure for it at all.
nope,
Wow.
nope, there's no cure for it. And so that's what drives people crazy. Like, a lot of people, they'll message me on the Instagram that I have for that channel, and there's a lot of messages I haven't even got to, because it's just
There's so many of them. Yeah.
there's so many of them. And I'm not a doctor, so like, there's only so much that I could tell people, uh and it just gets really repetitive after a while. And I'm just like, I kind of don't want to think about it myself, because that's kind of how I cope with it. Like, I want to help other people and everything, but I started realizing, like, man, maybe I should, just focus on what I find fun, and the kind of content that I want to make is not the content that is going to remind me about the things that bother me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Cause you don't want to be like kind of like self pity in a way. You don't want to be constantly reminded, oh, I have this. I'm gonna keep talking about this rather than.
Exactly.
Not
Exactly.
that there's nothing wrong with talking about it, but like after so long, it's just like, no,
Well,
I'm
yeah.
done.
And a lot of people, they'll message me about how depressed they are, and, and things like that. And I'm just like, Like I feel bad for them, but in the same breath, it's I hope that they find some happiness, but
There's ways of kind of not be kind of fix the depression and like
exactly.
to there's therapy. There's not just therapy. There's other ways.
Yep,
I
yep,
mean, unfortunately, some people do like being depressed. You know,
that's
I've
true.
I've, I've noticed that they love the self pity themselves.
Yeah, that is true. Some people do like that. And, I'm not here to judge nobody, but, if I were to give anybody some kind of advice that like I could stick behind and stand behind, would be, like just try your best to do things that make you happy and, not think about the things that make you upset, because that's what depression is at the end of the day. It's just the inability to move your mind to the next subject, to you know focus on the things that make you happy. Like the
It's
depression is
all about changing your mindset too.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And we all deal with depression from time to time. Like I, even myself, I have my depressing days, but I but I don't want to like put that off on other people either. Like
Mhm.
I'll go and do something that will get my mind off of it. Like for me, it's like going to the gym. Or eating something delicious. One of the two.
Oh yes, the comfort food. Yes.
Are you a
That's
foodie?
oh my
Tell me
god.
about it. What's your favorite
Every
food?
time I go live, people yell at me. They're like, "Here we go, she's doing it again." Every time. Let's get up there. Let's food.
That's hilarious. What
And if
what's your
I'm
favorite
not,
kind
I
of
eat
food?
it. They're like, "Sassy, why are you not eating? You just missed it by 5 minutes ago."
What's your favorite kind of food?
Well, sushi is number one.
What did you say?
Sushi.
Juicy?
Sushi.
Sushi. Gotcha. I'm like, juicy what? Like, oh my goodness, where
I
like,
mean, it could be peaches, peaches.
yeah. I like peaches too. I like peaches too. Yeah, I like
Oh, I
sushi.
can't get enough of it.
Sushi?
Yes.
What I hear you. I love sushi too. I like dragon rolls, spider rolls.
I'm getting the point where I like them all except for the spicy ones. I don't like the spicy one or the fried one. I don't really care for the fried one.
So you like the raw sushis?
Oh yeah, give it all to me raw. That's
Oh
what she
goodness
said.
gracious! What are we talking about here? No, that's
But yeah,
awesome.
I
Yeah, I
like
like
mine
sushi.
with no soy sauce though. I like it just plain.
So no wasabi either?
Oh God, no.
You're missing out. Wasabi is so good.
Oh, my dad loved wasabi, and I was like, and I always give him those little packets and give him the rest. I was like, nope, nope, not me. He's not him, Dad.
Okay, so time out for $20. Would you eat a quarter size of wasabi?
No.
All right. So you wouldn't even do it for money.
Oh no. Oh, I remember having the tiniest bit, and my mouth was on fire.
Yeah. Wasabi is a weird, I don't even know what it is, like a plant. It must come from a plant, right?
I don't know, but it does look like a clay to me.
Hold on, let's Google this. Where does wasabi come from? So we're gonna learn on the podcast today. All right, everybody.
Cause every time I
Okay.
look at it, it just looks like a green clay to me. Ugh.
Okay, wasabi is a botanical spice which is native to Japan. The term wasabia is derived from the Japanese term wasabi, and Japonica comes from Japonicus, meaning of Japan. So the fact that the plant is native to Japan is really brought to life in the scientific name. So it's made out of rhizomes, okay? And apparently this is a horseradish plant of the mustard family, and
Oh,
a pungent or pungent, there we go, pungent paste made of
country,
its
yeah.
brown rhizomes. The plant is native to Japan. Okay, so it looks kind of like a root basically, and so they just kind of mash it up from what it looks like.
The
And
horseradish sounds. I had that before. It has that same taste family
yeah,
from what I can
um,
remember the one time.
but the crazy thing about this wasabi plant or whatnot is that it's like not even like a spice. It's just like, I don't know, like it goes through like your whole sinus system, like it clears it out
Yeah,
almost.
it's like your senses. It's like the whole face is like almost on fire too.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird, but I don't know, like just a little bit of it, it tastes really good to me anyways. And what I do when I eat sushi is I put some soy sauce in a bowl, a little bowl or whatever. The ones that they give you, the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get a little pinch of the wasabi and I mix it in the soy sauce.
To give it a little spice to it.
Yep, yep. And then I'll then dip the sushi in the soy sauce that has wasabi in it, and I'll have a little bit of ginger, the little ginger things they give you too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll eat the sushi and eat a ginger. I don't know. It just tastes delicious that way.
It balance it out.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it does actually. And I think
So
that's the
maybe
point.
that's why they dip the ginger to
I
the
think
keep.
so.
Now
I
that you're
think that's
saying that.
exactly why. Let's see. Why do they give you ginger with wasabi? All right, let's Google this. Wasabi is used to give your sushi the extra kick. Pickled ginger has a very mild taste and a soothing flavor, which can help you get past the burn of the wasabi. Yeah,
Mmm.
so that's exactly why they give you ginger. Maybe you should try it.
Wow. I learned something new today.
There you have it. You came to the POF pod thinking that you're going to talk just about feet, and little did you know we're learning about wasabi and ginger.
Wow. I wonder. I thought maybe they just give it to you because that's what the thing in the culture, which it is, but I didn't know. They need
Yeah.
to have a little dressing. We're giving ginger to you because of the spice of the wasabi. Don't eat this, please.
Hmm. Yeah. I know. I see what you mean. Yeah, I thought it was that for a while too. Like it was more of like a decorative piece.
Yeah, like just cause some people like eat ginger for the hell of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. We haven't done a foot commercial yet. Shall we do a foot commercial?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it. All right, y'all. So we got Queen Rhi Rhi on the podcast right now. IG is sweet dot sassy goddess, just like it sounds. SWEET dot SASSYGODDESS. And on Twitter, redhead x goddess. REDHEADXGODDESS. And if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, press the like button. You can also visit www.daddygoods.com, where I will be posting updates on the podcast. The podcast now drops every Tuesday and Friday at 11 a.m. PST. All pre-recorded episodes now. So, it is what it is. That's how we're moving right now. And we got the amazing Queen Rhi Rhi on the podcast. So, you got to show her some love too. Make sure you follow her and all that good stuff, All right, we're back. We're back. So, tell me, What kind of content have you been working on lately?
I'm working on like doing like orange and theme, pink hot pink theme with orange. That's why I'm wearing like all the hot pink outfit right now with the orange toe.
I like that color. That's a nice color.
I haven't done neon orange and it's been like 2 years I think. Maybe even three. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's way before, the whole the pandemic started. I think that's when the last time I had it. I decided to do it again.
wait, so you keep it that color year round?
Oh no. I mean I haven't done the orange since before the pandemic
Oh,
started.
got,
So I decided to bring
you
it
gotta
back
bring it.
again. It's been that long.
Yeah, gotcha. No, that's a good color. I feel like that is like the color that it probably like it complements you very well.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
probably the I think it complement like really well with tan gen too because it's so like bright too.
Hmm.
But with
Yeah.
the skin, I compliment more on the darker colors during the fall time, especially no black.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So you can't.
that's
So you
the
don't
way to
like the
go.
color black
Yeah, it's like the go-to
every time?
most of the time. Yeah,
Most of the
yeah.
time.
Don't mind the dog.
What kind of dog do you got?
I'm not. I'm actually watching for my cousin. It's the chocolate lab.
Oh, chocolate lab. I used to have a chocolate lab growing up, actually.
Let me guess. The one that you had one with something else.
Well, he used to run away a lot. So
She's actually pretty good. She'll like take off and then she'll come back within maybe 10-15 minutes. Like it's no
yeah,
big deal.
yeah. No, this dog, he used to just like take off, and we'd have to like either go find him or he'd end up at the dog pound.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was a naughty dog, and he was just all over the place. But he was cool though for the most part. He wasn't like a violent dog, or you know, he wasn't
Get
bad.
no in trouble other than running away a lot.
Just running away a lot. Yeah, yeah, definitely. But
I
I,
feel
I
like the labs are like more of a hunter. Maybe that's why he's always running away.
yeah. No, you're right. That's actually what people usually would get a chocolate lab for is like duck hunting, or like I don't know
Like
if you
she
ever
would
played.
bring like all kinds of weird bones that she would find in the woods. Like one time she brought in like I don't know, it was like something from a deer and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, the lights went out. And
What?
then she has like the antlers now.
Oh goodness.
I'm like, oh. I said, where did you find it?
Right. Yeah, no, labs are interesting. I got a pug now.
Little page, a little face.
He snores so loud too.
And then you have to get like the earplugs now.
I don't know, I'm used to it. I can't really deal with snoring like if Mama Goods were to be snoring, but for
Oh,
some
you better
reason
watch out.
I know.
She
but for
might kill you for that one.
Hey, she used to be a snorer. She got better, but she used to snore a lot. I'm like, girl, you snore a lot. And she'd be like, no, I don't. And a couple times I recorded her snoring.
And she's like, oh yeah, I do. No,
Yeah, but I don't know. It hasn't been bad lately. So, I'm
that's
happy
a good
about that.
thing.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. But
See,
now
my snore is weird.
you snore?
Very little. Someone told me My friend have told me you weave when you snore. I'm like, what? Weave? Yeah, you weave when you snore. It's like very lightly. I'm like, well then, how does it sound? To know like, he, he. I'm like, really?
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I'm
She
like,
said,
oh,
she said,
okay.
hee.
Hee hee.
Like Michael
Hee.
Jackson, huh? Hee hee. That's hilarious.
I'm,
Yeah, but for
I'm almost
some reason,
expecting to have somebody to record my story now the next time.
yeah, yeah. Um, for some reason though, my pug when he snores, it doesn't bother me. Like it almost is like a soothing type of thing for me. I'm
Kind of
sitting
like
here.
ASMR
I don't
sound.
know if it's ASMR, but when he snores, it could put me to sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely ASMR for you.
maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's like a frequency that dogs put out and when they snore that like makes you fall asleep. I'm thinking, I don't know. It could be. That's why they say like,
Remind me of like the rainfalls, you know, how some people like to fall asleep to rain, you know, that's how it
yeah,
is with this. You like the
yeah, yeah.
sound of your dog, the rain.
It could be that. I think that animals they have certain frequencies to the sounds they make that can be soothing to humans, and they say that's why Egyptian people they used to keep cats around. So if you ever see a lot of Egyptians, there's images of them with cats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, they say that the reason why they kept cats around was because when they purr, it let off a frequency that would be like a healing type of frequency for human bodies. And I found that interesting.
I have a cat, and he purrs a lot every time.
See?
I he I think the reason she's very, very, very obsessed with me. I've never met a cat like him before because I'm not kidding you. She's followed me everywhere I go. I'm talking like this far away from me.
Hmm.
And if I have to go to the bathroom, he follows me out of dead sleep. That's how obsessed with me now. And I told my mom, I'm like, why do you think he's the way he is like that? I sometimes think that there's like there's something wrong with me,
Hmm. Maybe.
my heart condition, and I think that's why he's always attached to me all the time.
Yeah.
Because you know some animals do certain things.
Yeah. Oh, they absolutely do. So there's a documentary right now on Netflix and it's about cats. And on one of the episodes, they talk about how cats are actually inherently huge empaths and they can sense when there's something going on with their owners and they know when there's something that's not right. And so that would make sense, you know. They got something that they know about us. And I think a lot of it has to do with frequencies. As like odd as it sounds, I really think that's what it is. That's why they used to have dolphins. They used to do water births with dolphins around because they say that dolphins are able to sense um like like things that are going on with the baby inside the belly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. The sense the human baby showing the woman pregnant. Yeah,
Yeah, so there's no mystery about it, like animals, they are a lot more intelligent than we may even know. I mean, look at octopuses, right? Like octopuses are incredibly intelligent. Did you know that?
they're really weird looking though.
They are weird looking, but they're very, very smart. Even orcas are one of the most intelligent species.
Oh yeah, animals are amazing in their own ways too. But yeah, I mean just I come to realize that 'cause I thought it could she just for the sake of being obsessed with me, but then I realized maybe that's why he's always attached to me because she's thinking there's something wrong with me and that's not normal.
It could be it. That could be it. So
She's
you have
always like there to protect you.
you have a good cat. You have a good cat.
Even though pain in the butt sometimes. I call him Fatty, since he likes to eat food.
Is he like Garfield or what?
Mm-hmm.
You don't feed the lasagna, do you?
I've had people tell him that, yeah, this dog food, I like that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not even judging. He probably eats like 10 meals a day.
Wow, 10 meals a day. That is got to be a huge cat.
He's huge.
That's hilarious.
He's probably
Well,
like at least 20 pounds.
that's awesome. Well, Sassy, how about we do one more foot commercial before we get off the podcast, and then we'll do our peacing out. Sounds good. Shout out to Saucy. Hey, we appreciate everybody who is tuning into the podcast right now. Check it out. Look, make sure you go to www.daddygoods.com and enter your email and all that so you get updates whenever I drop a new podcast. That is where you can find updates on the podcast. And of course, on the Instagrams and Twitters and places like that. Most definitely. So do that as well. And don't forget to follow Queen Rhi Rhi, Sweet Sassy Goddess on IG and Twitter. I got it on the screen so you can see how to spell it and all that good stuff, and also in the description of this podcast on YouTube. So make sure you smash the like button and subscribe as well. Well, Sassy, thank you so much for being on the POF Pod. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was my pleasure. And, maybe we can do it again in the future.
Absolutely, I'd be down for that.
All right. Sounds good to me. Is there anything you would like to tell everybody before we got off the podcast today?
Always be positive, no matter what.
That's a good message right there. Thank you for that. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the podcast, and we will catch you next time. Don't go anywhere.